We have a bit of a mix today with abs and hip work. But let's start with a nice stretch. So we won't use the big ball. We'll use the little balls. Let's start with the little balls underneath our glutes. So coming down onto our backs. We're just going to lift that pelvis up. Place these little balls underneath our glutes and then lower your pelvis down. Just going to place your arms straight down beside you. Close those eyes. Just going to take a nice couple deep breaths to start here. You're going to inhale through your nose for 2. Exhale through your mouth for 4. Inhale for 2. And exhale for 4. Inhale for 2. And exhale for 4. Let's just take this left knee out towards the side and just keep your breathing going as you give yourself a bit of a massage into that left glute. Yeah, so a couple more. And then you can center up that left knee. Just lift your pelvis up, readjust those balls if you need to. The right knee goes out to the side. Just give yourself a massage into that right side now. Just a couple more. And then bring that right knee back to the center. Lift on up, take those balls out of there, lower your pelvis back down to the floor. Take your bigger, harder ball, lift up, place that one at the top of your sacrum. The other one can just go beside you. We're just going to do some tucks and tilts to start. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, you're going to tuck that pubic bone towards your nose. And then inhale back through center and tilt that pelvis down towards your heels. Back through center, tucking towards your nose. Inhale through center, tilting it down towards your heels. Exhale, tuck it towards your nose. And down towards your heels. And you're going to come back to center and you're just going to do those small circles on that ball, just massaging in around that sacrum. And then change the direction of those circles. And back on the center of that ball. Lift on up, take that ball out of there, lower your pelvis back down. Let's just do our QLs just quickly, just to release any tension we have in our lower backs to start. So lift that pelvis up, place those balls in that squishy bit around the kidney area. Cross that left foot over your right knee, and then just take that left knee towards the floor. And then exhale, should come back to center. Inhale over. Oh, man, that's tight. Oh, exhale back to center. Let's go 3 more on this side. 2. And 1 more. And back to center, uncrossing that left foot, cross your right one over your left knee, and then take that right knee out towards the side. Exhale, back to center, over towards the side. Exhale, back to center. We've got 4 more. Two, and 1. And coming back to the center, uncrossing that foot, lifting on up, taking those balls out of there, lowering that pelvis back onto the floor. Leave those balls to the side. You're going to grab your bands. We're going to do some, so you're going to grab them between your shoulder, so your hands are in line with your shoulders, so just grab that band in between. We're not going to be pulling it or anything, so the tension doesn't matter, but we're going to take these legs into tabletop. You're just going to imprint those shoulders into the mat so you feel nice and broad in that chest. You shouldn't see your hands move at all. Pulling that belly button to spine, take those knees over towards the left. And then exhale, back to center. Inhale, knees go to the right. Exhale, back to center. Knees go to the left. Back to center. Knees go to the right. Back to center. To the left. Back to center. Last time. To the right. And back to center. Leave those hands where they are. We're going to extend this right leg out nice and long. Belly button pulling towards that spine. And then exhale as you bend it back in. Left leg goes out nice and long. Want to make sure that lower back stays imprinted into that floor. Bending that leg in. Right leg out. And bend. Left leg out. And bend. Right leg. And bend. Left leg. And bend. One more on this right side. And last one on the left. And bending, lovely. Lowering those feet to the floor. Walking those feet together. I'm going to take the knees to the left side. And you're going to take your arms to the right side. Just doing the full twist of your spine here. And then exhale as you bring everything back to center. Then arms go to the left. Knees go to the right. Back to center. Arms to the right. Knees to the left. Back to center. Arms to the left. Knees to the right. Back to center. Let's do one more each side. Feel a nice stretch from that through that top hip too. Back to center. Last time onto this other side, knees to the right. And exhale. Back to center. Lovely. Let's make a sling with this band. Place our head in that sling. I'm going to do some abs just to warm them up a little bit. So elbows are pointing towards the ceiling. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, you lift that chest up. Inhale as you lower back down. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, lowering down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's go 3 more. Up and down. 2 and down. Last time. Exhale, lifting up. Staying up here. We're going to rotate to the left side. To center. Rotate to the right. And center. Left. And center. Right. And center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Back to center. Hold it there for a few seconds. And then lowering that chest down to the floor. Lovely. All right, we're going to try some roll-ups here. So just take your arms above you. You're still holding onto that band. Extending those legs out nice and long. You're going to inhale. Float your arms, you head your chest up. And then exhale as you roll up. Yes, inhale at the top. Exhale as you roll on down. Again, inhale, float your arms, your head, your chest. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling on down. Let's go 3 more. Inhale, float your arms, your head, your chest. Exhale up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, peeling down. 2 more. Inhale, float your arms, your head, your chest. Exhale, up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, peeling down. Last time. Inhale, float your arms, your head, your chest. Exhale up. Inhale at the top. And exhale as you come back down again. Arms go above your head. You're going to walk those feet in. We're going to do some ab stuff here. So we're going to leave that left foot on the floor. This right leg, you're going to take it in tabletop, and then you're going to extend that right leg towards the ceiling. Now with our hands, you want the tension in your band to be a bit challenging. So my band's quite light, so I'm just going to double it over just to give it a bit more tension. But what we're going to do, we're going to lift this chest up, and we're just going to pull that band over that shin or wherever it lands. And then you're going to float those arms to the ceiling, lower your chest, lower your arms. Exhale as you come up, pressing into that band. So the legs pressing into the band, band's pressing into the leg. And then lowering on down. Exhale, lifting up. Bringing that leg towards your chest, hands towards that opposite knee. And then lowering down. Got 3 more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last time, exhale, lift. So you should really feel the abs kicking in, pulling that leg towards you. And lowering down, you can lower that right leg to the floor, left leg to the ceiling now. Same thing, inhale. Exhale as you lift up, pressing your leg into the band, band into the leg. And then lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. The 3 more. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last time. Exhale, up. And inhale, lower. Lovely. Bending that right foot to the floor now. You're going to take your left leg into tabletop. You're going to take your right leg into tabletop. And we're going to lift up. And we're just going to press the band into the front of the knees. So normally we do it on our shins, but you're just going to on the thighs and press your hands towards your feet. And then imagine you're trying to bring your knees towards your chest as well. And then lower your chest down. Exhale, lift up, pressing that band into your knees, knees into your chest. And then lowering down. Exhale, lift. Belly button the spine as well. And lower. Let's go 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last time. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower down. All right. Going to change it up slightly. Still staying in this tabletop with your legs. You're going to lift on up. Place that band back on top of those knees. And then you're just going to take the knees away from you a little bit and then bring them back in towards the band. Taking them away a bit and then pulling them in towards the band, pressing that band down. Away and in. Away and in. Away and in. Away and in. Let's go 2 more. Away. So it's kind of like a bottom front shift that. And in. Lovely. Arms to the ceiling, lower your chest, lower your arms, lowering those feet to the floor. All right. Let's do our, I'm going to leave mine bent over. I've doubled over. We're going to do pelvic curl. So the arm, we're going to add some arm work in here. So make sure your band, you can still kind of pull out to the sides, but you do want to still have a bit of tension on there just so you get actual use your arm muscles. Inhale, prepare here. You're going to exhale, belly button the spine, tuck that pelvis, peel up. You're going to lift the chest and pull the arms out to the side. And then arms come back down, peel that spine back down to the floor. Arms go back above your head. So it's all kind of one movement, but there's a little bit to cue there. Inhale, exhale, belly button spine, tuck that pelvis, peel that spine up, and then lift that chest up. Press those hips to the ceiling, arms out to the side. And then peel that spine back down, arms go back above your head. Exhale, belly button spine, tuck pelvis, peel up, arms go out to the side. And peeling back down again. We've got 3 more. Exhale, belly button spine, tuck pelvis, peel up, lifting that chest, pulling those arms out. And then peeling that spine back down to the floor. 2 more. Exhale, belly button spine, tuck pelvis, peel up, arms out to the side. Peeling that spine back down to the floor. Arms go back above your head. We've got 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, belly button spine, tuck pelvis, peel up. Arms go out to the side. Peel that spine back down to the floor. Arms go back above your head. Lovely. All right, let's do our leg circles. So we're going to place our right foot in the band. You're going to take your left leg out along the floor, nice and long. Anchoring those elbows into the floor. Belly button pulling towards your spine. Pressing into that left heel. Cross the center line of your body with this right leg. Circle it down, around, and back up to the top. Down, around, back up to the top. Down, around, and up. Nice, slow circles, really concentrating on that hip. Making sure it's going all the way around. Let's go 2 more in this direction. Catch it at the top, and then reverse the direction of those circles. Let's go 2 more. Last one, catch it at the top. And then you're just going to take that leg out towards the side, up towards that right side. Just getting that stretch up that inner thigh. And then coming back to the top, grabbing hold of both bands close to your foot, and then just pull that band in towards your chest, stretching up the back of that leg. And then just relax off that a little bit. We're just going to do some ankle and Achilles work here. So just loosen off the band where you had it before, like when you had it grabbed up in your foot for your hamstring. Just find where you think. It's probably the same as leg circles, actually, where you have it with your arms, elbows in the mat. All you're going to do is point that foot, and then you're going to resist it on the way back as you come back to 90 degrees at your ankle joint. Pressing it to the ceiling, and then resisting it on the way back. So you want about, I don't know, count of 6 to 8 on the way back to get that 90 degrees. Press up in 1 and then flex it back in about 6 counts. Point it towards the ceiling and then slowly come back to 90. Pressing to the ceiling. Slowly coming back to 90. We've got one more, pressing it to the ceiling and slowly coming back to 90. Beautiful. Let's swap feet. Place that left foot in, right leg out, nice and long, pressing into that right heel on the floor. Belly button falling towards your spine. Reset where those arms are if you need to. Cross the center line of your body, circle down and around, back up to the top. Down, around, and up. Inhale for a circle, and then exhale for that next circle. Let's go 2 more in this direction. Catch it at the top, and then reverse the direction of those circles. Let's go 2 more. Last one, catch it at the top. Alrighty, let's do, want to do out to the side first. And take that left leg out towards the side, stretch up the inner thigh. Come back to the center, grabbing closer to that foot and pulling it in towards your chest, stretching up the back of that left leg. And then for the ankle stuff, just readjust yourself for the where your hands are on that band. Still want it to be quite a bit of tension there. You're going to press the foot up in 1, and then you're going to resist it with on the way back down to that 90 degree at your ankle joint. Pressing up in 1, exhale, flexing it back nice and slowly. Pressing up in 1 and resisting it back. Up and back. 2 more. Up and back. Last time. Up and back. Lovely. Bending that knee, taking those that foot out. Let's just rock ourselves up to sitting. Actually, we'll still use our band for our spine stretch, but let's hook it behind our back so it comes out underneath our armpits. So we can do spine stretch. So separate those feet so they're mat distance apart. You're going to flex those feet so that they're coming towards your nose. Bands behind you. You're going to shoot those arms straight in front. Your palms are facing each other. Sitting up nice and tall like you're up against that wall. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, chin to chest. Peel down that wall first. And then exhale as you hinge forward at that hip joint. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale as you hinge back, restacking back up the wall. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest, peeling down, hinging forward, The band's good feedback actually, because it shouldn't really change tension or anything. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, hinge back, restacking back off that wall. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, peeling down, hinging forward. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, hinge back, restacking back up that wall. Last time, inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, peeling down, hinging forward. You're going to stay down here. And we're just going to do some back extension here. So just keeping that angle at your pelvis. All you're going to do is you're going to lift those arms up. And you want your your elbows near your ears or biceps either side of your ears. And you're just imagining your back is nice and flat. And then exhale, you're going to relax, fold forward. And then inhale, flattening out that spine. And then exhale, folding forward. We've got two more like that. Inhale, flattening out that spine, lifting those arms. And then exhale, folding forward. Last time, inhale, flattening out that spine, getting those arms in line with your spine. And then exhale, folding forward, inhale, bottom. Exhale, hinge back, restacking that spine back up the wall. Lovely. Let's take those arms out to a T here. Leave the legs where they are. Palms are facing forward. Belly button, spine, nice and tall spine. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, rotating to the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Center to the left. Center. Last one to the right. And center. Lovely. Lowering those arms down. You can get rid of that band for now. We're going to grab the big ball. We're going to do those helicopters that we did last week. So coming down onto the floor, onto your backs. We're going to lift on up. We're going to place this ball underneath our pelvis. So you want your arms straight down beside you so that you've got some stability there. Here in my face. We're going to take those legs in a tabletop and just make sure that you can kind of balance there where you are. We're going to take those legs to the ceiling. Again, make sure you can balance where you are. Now we're going to split those legs. Circle those legs out around the sides, back to the opposite split, and then back to center. Now we change direction, so you go back out to where you just came from, out around the sides, and join into center. Back to where you come from, out around this, doesn't really matter though, around the sides, back to center. Keep pulling this belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, out. And when you go out to the side, you're really trying to get that full range of motion in those hips. Back to center. Split those legs. Circle it out around the sides. Back to center. Let's go one more each way. Splitting those legs. Out around the sides. Back to center. Last time. Split those legs. Out around the sides. Back to center. Lovely. We're going to tabletop those legs. Lower your feet to the floor. We're going to lift that pelvis up, pressing those hips to the ceiling. We're just going to transfer the weight to the left side. Bring that right leg into tabletop. And then all you're going to do is extend that right leg and then bend it in. Extend it out. Bend it in. Keep pressing into this left foot. Feel that back of your left leg on fire or working. Bend. Out. And bend. You got two more. Out. And bend. Last time. Out. And bend. Lowering that right foot to the floor. Get that height in your hips again. Transfer the weight to the right side now. Left leg in tabletop. And then extend that left leg. Bend it in. Extend it out. Bend it in. extend, and bend, extend, and bend, out, and in. 2 more, out, and in. Last time, out, and in. Lowering that left foot to the floor, lovely. Pressing those hips up, grab that ball out of there. Inhale here, and then exhale as you peel that spine back down onto the floor. Lovely. All right, let's roll onto our side. Ball can go to the side for just on the floor for a bit. We're going to take our bottom arm out. So we're lying on this bottom bicep. We bring the bottom leg into 90 degrees. And this top leg is, I'm changing my mind. Let's grab our bands. And let's place our top leg foot in the band. And then just hold on to the ends of that band. You can adjust the resistance as we go. Alrighty, so we're going to do side leg rainbows. So this top leg, we're just going to go forward with the foot, and then we're going to go up and back behind us, and then back to center. Forward, up and back, behind, and center. So we're working the top of or the outside of our hip now. Through center, forward, up, around, behind, through center. One more, forward, up, around, behind, through center. Now we're going to change direction. You go behind you first, then up and around, through the front, back through center. Behind, up, around, forward, through center, behind, up, around, forward, through center. 2 more, behind, up and around, forward, to center. Last time, behind, up and around, forward, back to center. Lovely. All right, we're going to switch sides here. So flip on over, change those feet over. Arm goes out, lying on that bicep. This bottom leg comes in at 45 degrees. Lifting this top leg up slightly just so it's in line with that top hip. You're going to bring that foot forward. You know, up and back, behind, through center. Forward, up, back, behind, through center. Forward, up, back, behind, through center. Let's go 3 more in this direction. Forward, up, back, behind. Last time, forward, up, back, behind. Changing direction, go back first, up, forward, through center, back, up, forward, through center, back, up, forward, through center, back, up, forward, through center. 2 more. Last time, back, up, forward, through center. Lovely. Alrighty. You can let go of that band, grabbing our big ball. We're going to do those obliques that we did last week. So coming up onto our knees, we're going to go ball in our left hand. Just going to place it on the outside of your left leg there. You're going to extend this right leg out. And right hand, can go behind your head. And then all you're going to do is you're going to roll that ball down your left leg. And then exhale, come back up. Inhale over. And then exhale, feel this top side. So you want to feel that rib come back towards your top hip. Over. And you want to feel that oblique working. Inhale over. Exhale up. Over. And back. We got 2 more. Over. And back. Last time. Over. And exhale. Back. Lovely. All right, let's switch these legs over. So ball in right hand on right leg. Left leg out nice and long. Left hand behind your head. We're going to rotate, oh, not rotate, sorry, roll that ball down. And then exhale, use this left oblique to get yourself up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale lift. Inhale over. Exhale up. Over. Over. And back. Let's go 2 more. Inhale over. Last time. Over. And back. Lovely. Alrighty. We are due to go onto our backs and do our release work. So grab your green balls. Come onto your back. Lying on your back, so I should say. Lift on up, place those balls underneath your glutes. The little one, the left one, sorry, is a little wider, a little higher. Lower that pelvis down, and then that left leg out to the side, left knee out to the side. Give yourself a massage into that left glute. And just find that spot. It might be a bit more tender than the rest. And just rest on that spot. You're going to extend that left leg out, internally rotate it, bend it in. Knee out to the side, extend, internally rotate and bend. Go 2 more in this direction. Last one. And you're going to change direction, extend it out, externally rotate that foot, knee out to the side, back to center. Let's go 2 more. Last one. On that last one, you're going to keep your leg out nice and long. You're going to flex those toes back towards your nose. Lift your foot up about 1 inch or 2 off the floor. And then just going to do slow circles with that. Feel like you're drawing it with your heel. And doing slow circles about the size of a tennis ball in one direction. Do about 5 or 6. And then change the direction. And then lowering that foot down, bending that knee in. Just lift the pelvis up, adjust those balls. The right one's a little wider, a little higher. Now lower your pelvis down. Right knee out to the side. Give yourself a massage into that right side. And just find that spot. Extending that right leg, internally rotating it, bending back in. Go 2 more in this direction. Last one. Then you're going to change direction, extend it out, externally rotate, knee out to the side, back through center. Let's go two more. On that last one, leave your leg nice and long. Flex those toes back towards your nose. Lift up about an inch or two off the floor. Then drawing those slow circles about the size of a tennis ball in one direction. And changing the direction. And lowering that foot down, bending that knee in, lifting on up, taking those balls out of there, lowering your pelvis back down. Take your bigger, harder ball, lift up, place it at the top of your sacrum. The other one underneath your head, that bony ridge. The other one under our sacrum. We're just going to do those circles again like we did at the start. So nice, slow, smooth, round circles about the size of your ball, green ball. And then change the direction. And back to center. Just relax on that ball, the one under our head, staring at a spot on the ceiling. Keep that gate, like keep your eyes where they are. And then just do a circles with your nose about the size of a 20-cent piece. And change direction. Nice slow circles. And lift your head up, take that ball out of there, lower your head to the floor. Lift your pelvis up, take that one out, lower that to the floor. Let's do our QLs again. So lifting up, placing them in that squishy kidney area. Left foot on your right knee and take your left knee out towards the floor, towards the side, sorry. Exhale back to center. Inhale, knee goes to the left side. Exhale back to center. Inhale over. Exhale back. Let's go one more on this left side. Back to center. Lowering that left foot to the floor. Right foot on your left knee. Inhale, take that right knee to the floor. Exhale back. Inhale over. Exhale back. And one more. Back to the center, uncrossing that foot. Lift on up. Take those balls out of there. Lower on down. Let's do our traps. So jam those balls in either side of your neck, between your neck and your shoulders. And just interlace your hands behind your head. Press yourself up onto those balls. Just give yourself a massage. And lifting up, getting those balls out of there, lowering on down. Let's grab our big ball, do our spine stretch. Place that ball between your shoulder blades and then just relaxing over the top of that ball. Elbows out to the side, stretching through the front of those shoulders, front of that chest. And then lifting up onto that ball. And lowering back down over the top. One more, lifting up. Inhale, lowering back, just relaxing there again. And just rolling to the side, grabbing that ball out of there, rolling onto your back. Just check in on that spine. Let's take a couple of deep breaths to finish here, closing those eyes for me. You're going to inhale through nose for 2. Exhale through mouth for 4. In for 2. Out for 4. In for 2. And out for 4. And when you're ready, roll to the side, come up onto your feet, and we'll finish with our roll downs. Feet underneath those hips. Stay up nice and tall. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, chin to chest, peeling on down. Hair of a bend in those knees as you roll down. Inhale at the bottom. And then exhale as you peel back up again. Inhale at the top. Exhale, chin to chest, peeling down. Inhale at the bottom. And then exhale, peeling back up. And you're done.